Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something that I've kind of been putting off for a little while. I think honestly just because I'm not real confident in myself doing this, but we're going to try it and see how it turns out anyway. So you guys know that we've been talking about color matching the front end of the Duramax here. And I've bought the stuff to do that today, and I've already tore into it because it started with a plasti dip job, and I decided, you know what, let's just go ahead and color match it. So here's the Duramax behind me, and what we're going to do today, we're going to focus on the grill. We're going to take the chrome off the grill, knock it off, and then once we get the chrome knocked down, paint it the same color here, this silver birch metallic, I believe it is. I hope it matches good. Anyways, as you guys can tell, I've already tore into it quite a bit here. I've got the top cover here that covers the radiator popped off. I've actually even got the emblem popped off, which, like I say, it's plasti dipped, and look at that. See how orange peel it looks? We're going to sand this down and we're going to do it right, or buy a new one of the two, because I want to make this front end look as good as I can. So now to remove the grill, let's see. If I remember right, it's just held in by some clips, like right up here, one at the bottom on each side, and then I think there's one over here. So I'm going to pop this off. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. We're going to take it in there. I'm going to show you everything that I got to do this process. And keep in mind, guys, I am not a professional by any stretch of imagination. In fact, this is my first time doing something like this, and I've strictly just read on the internet kind of some different ways that guys do it, because there's 100 different ways you can do this. I'm just going to try it. Worst case scenario, we got to get a new grill. All right, grill is off and in the shop. So I've got it out here. So first thing that you're going to need for this project, at least the way I'm doing it, something to set it up on. I'm in the shop, which is preferable if you can stay away from being outside, as long as you're in a well-ventilated area. It's just going to help because the wind is going to cause your paint job not to turn out too great. I've also got over here, which I'm probably going to lay this under my stands here, some cardboard, or you could lay down some plastic, however you want to do it. That way I'm not painting my stands up. So outside of this stuff, which is pretty basic, I did have to do a little shopping, go pick up some stuff. I've got some 400 grit sandpaper here, 3M, it's good stuff. Then we're gonna hit it with some adhesion promoter, and then we're gonna hit it with some primer that I've got here. And then here's the color here, silver birch metallic, and a little bit of clear coat. So I had to get all this stuff. And then I've also got over here, you can see some Dawn dish soap. That way we can prep it, and by prep it, I mean just clean it up real good. Get any wax, oils, silicone, anything like that off of it. That way everything adheres and makes everything even. So let's look here. That looks like a pretty darn close match. We're gonna just try this, guys. So my game plan right now, anyway, is to get this cleaned up, mask it all off, which I think is probably gonna take the longest. We're just going to paint the chrome strip, the matching color, just like this. We're going to take care of this bow tie. I forgot to pick up any sort of gloss black. I might have some hiding around here. I just need to look. But what I would like to do too, because I don't know if they call this the honeycomb part of the grill or what, it's looking kind of old, tired, and faded. So I would like to paint it a gloss black, because I think just with the color scheme that we're going on the truck, kind of the black and the obviously the silver birch metallic, I think that's going to look really good. So we're going to try this and just see how it goes. And if you want to, guys, go ahead and give me crap down in the comments. I know that there are better ways to do this. If you were shooting it with a gun, probably doing better prep than what I am. You could do a lot better job, but keep in mind, I'm just a DIYer, so I'm just dealing kind of with what I've got here, and this is just a fun little project. If it doesn't turn out good, we'll just scrap it and we'll go some other direction. Okay, so with that being said, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the grill by cleaning it up real good, just with some Dawn dish soap, water over at the hose, and my little mitt here. Okay, with the grill pretty well cleaned up, I've just got me a paper towel here, as well as some sandpaper. That way I can just kind of dry it off, and then we can start sanding it, just to kind of dull it some. And my understanding is that by sanding it, we'll be able to get a better adhesion. Okay guys, we're sanded down. What I think is fairly decent here. Hopefully it's good enough anyway. But now I'm just gonna take it and we're gonna rinse it again because I did get some more dirt off naturally, kind of down in the groove right here, but we're gonna clean it up again good one more time. I'm gonna let it dry good, and then we can start with the adhesion promoter in the back there. And in my mind right now, I'm gonna do probably 3-4 coats of everything. So adhesion promoter, primer, shoot my color, and then obviously a clear coat. But I also need some sort of masking tape and something to mask this off. Okay guys, prep work's done. It's pretty well dry. I've got her taped off, as you can see here. I wanna hit it with this adhesion promoter. Let's just see what happens. Well, just as I was expecting, we're starting to run out of daylight here. Had to go on for a little while. Got all the adhesion promoter down. Had to go on for just a little bit, put our son to sleep, but now he's out. So luckily, as you can see, the shop is very well lit. So we can go ahead and continue with our primer. Got me a little drink here. So I'm gonna hit it with the 3-4 coats of primer. And I'm gonna see if I can start spraying some color tonight. Just depends on how much time I get. It's about 8:30. And I got a big day tomorrow too, so we'll just see how far we can get. All right, let's lay down our first coat of actual primer here. Sandable primer, that is. It is a weird color. Hopefully it doesn't bleed through or anything, but we'll see. Whew. Now it's real dark on us. Same night though. You can hear all the frogs here in northwest Arkansas. But we've got 3 coats of primer on here. I think I'm just gonna leave it at 3 coats. The 3 light coats, but there's not really any chrome showing through. Some of the shininess I thought was chrome at first, but I don't really think it is. I think it's actually the primer. There is a little bit of sheen there, but it's right where the emblem goes, so I'm not too overly worried. But now, since this is dried, I'm gonna I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and lay down 3 or 4 good coats of our color tonight. That way it can dry, because according to this, it needs 30 minutes between this and the clear coat. So I'd like to try to get this down tonight, and then maybe tomorrow we could finish up with some clear, let it cure overnight. And the nice thing is, here in the shop, I can just close my door, let it be, and even though we live on a dirt road, not too much dust will get to it. So let's go ahead and lay down some color. So right now I've actually got the grill over here drying and it's about done, but you can see I've taped it off a little bit different. I honestly have got to where as long as it stays off this painted part right here, I'm okay. I have got some primer and crap on there, you can see, but it's okay. I can probably clean it up, wet sand it or something. What I'm finding out is that whatever kind of primer that I had, it needed sanded, because I've spent a fair amount of time sanding and wetting it down to get all the dust off and whatnot. And it looks better. It had like hills and valleys in it, and some places were blotchy and darker than others. So it was looking pretty crappy. Like you can see, like right in here, just look how it is. It's smooth to the touch now, but it's definitely something with that primer. I don't think it's anything to do with the paint, just the primer. So now that it's all sanded down, I'm going to go ahead and shoot it with some more color. See if, since it's smooth now, if the color will go on okay. Just cross my fingers and hope for the best. Let's do it. Well, I'm waiting for it to dry. I did use a second coat there, heavier, didn't record it. I've been working on peeling off my plasti dip here because I figure I've got some black. I might as well do it right because it ended up orange peely because whoever painted it before left it that way too. I figured I would peel that in between it drying. So I'm gonna lay a third fairly heavy coat on here to try to even some of it out. All right, I am finished with as many coats of paint as I can. Definitely messed up this spot right here. It ran a little, plus needed a little sanding there. I got to the bottom of the can and it sprayed out what looked like wasn't well mixed paint. So I had to kind of revisit that a little. For now, I can live with that. Overall though, the rest of it, I'm gonna get up close so you guys can really know what this looks like. So this is what I've done. This right here is factory paint. Mine, orange peely, that's smooth and glossy. Obviously, I got to put a clear coat on it, but for rattle can, I feel like it's decent for a rattle can. If you guys are expecting awesome results like what you get from the factory, you probably either need to be a professional painter or take it to a professional. Not anything that couldn't be learned, I'm sure. But, you know, this one has its flaws, and I expected it. This grill's not going to be perfect because I had some of the chrome bubbling like right there. That's not actually a run. Anywhere you see stuff like that, it's where the chrome was actually bubbled at. So this grill's already got its imperfections. And this right here, I didn't worry about. I kind of played in here just to see how I could mess with things. Obviously, the bow tie is going to go in there, so that'll be cleared up, looking good. So it looks pretty good right now. I'm gonna run in, take a shower. We're getting ready to go out to see my folks this evening. But after a shower, I'm gonna come out here. And I'm gonna hit it with a coat of clear. That way it's probably got about 30 minutes to dry or so. And then we'll hit it with a clear, and maybe by the time we head out there, I can have 3 coats of clear and we can see if this is gonna be a finished product or not. All right, went in, changed, got all cleaned up, took a shower. I've let the grill dry. We can hit it with some clear now. Between letting coats there, I primed the emblem after it's been sanded. So now I know that this kind of primer, I need to sand it smooth before I actually paint it. That way it'll look good. And I can even see that now. I'm sure you can in the sunlight too. Sunlight's always gonna be better lighting than whatever I've gotten here. But the grill is not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. Whenever you look at it, you can see it in the angle right here, there. But it's not terrible. I can live with it. Got that little spot there. Definitely some orange peel look to it. But this down here looks decent. Anyways, I could probably sand this smooth with some really high grit sandpaper, but I think I'm just gonna clear it and call it a day because once again, one thing I need to remember, this is not a show truck. It stays on a dirt road, so we're gonna clear coat this and call this project a wrap. Man, it has been a busy weekend. Finally finished up the grill. It's in the bed of my truck right now, along with some tools and whatnot. Took it out to my dad so he could see it, and we also put a metal roof on his shop today, so I thought I'd take it out there, let him look at it, because I know he's painted a vehicle before. Let me just set it down here. Go ahead and get my tools out, and then I want to show you guys. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be a 2-part video because the grill is not finished. I want to finish it, by actually painting the honeycomb part of the grill, I guess you'd call it. I'm gonna do that in a gloss black. And then I also, obviously I need to like polish it up. Definitely got some overspray in some areas. So this is not the finished product, but we are gonna work on it to finish it up. All right, so here we have it, and that's where I'm talking about my overspray. You can see it's pretty bad there. Luckily, it's just that primer, and it wants to come off pretty easy, so I'm sure I can polish that out some way or another, even if it's just with my fingernail or whatever. But yeah, overall, let me kind of give you guys a close shot so you can see. There's a little bit of debris or something in it there. That right there is where the chrome was bubbling up, same as right there. Had a little run here, but overall it's not bad other than the orange peel texture. And you know, from there's some crud on it already. If you standing back like this though, especially on camera, it looks really good. So we're going to go ahead and install it for now, and I will eventually come back and I'm going to clean this up, and then after this cures I will try to polish it out best I can. Get it that way it gets more reflective like this, how you can see the shadow and stuff. Right up there you really can't, so I'd like to try to fix that up. So anyways, let's go ahead and reinstall this on the pickup for now and see how she looks. All right guys, there's the halfway finished product right there. Once it's on the truck and from like a 5-foot distance, even like here on camera, it looks sharp, guys. It really does. I need to set the washers on the back side of this. I may hit it with another coat of clear. You can see it's already dusty. Not bad. It's really not bad, especially from a distance. And if I could find a way, and you guys let me know in the comments too, if I can polish this up, sand it some more to make it closer to the factory paint, because this definitely has less of a shine than this up here. It's just not quite as reflective. But man, that does look sharp. And the paint color, it really matches up good. I just now need to try to clean up a lot of my crappy overspray that I did. Totally my fault. But yeah, I'm gonna try to clean that up, and then we'll see if we can get one last shot of it. But once again, the eraser wheel's saving the day here. Obviously, I'm running out of daylight, so I'm stopping here to kind of show you guys the progress. But the good old eraser wheel is knocking off a lot of my overspray. And as you can see here, we've still got some, but I'm being very careful. I need to just take the grill off. I wanted to put it on for the video purposes, but I need to take the grill off to actually get the rest of this with the eraser wheel. My issue is if I hit my headlight lens with the eraser wheel, it's gonna burn a spot in it that I'll never be able to get out. So I wanna do that right. And you can obviously see some overspray of my primer in here, but don't forget guys, we're taking that off eventually. Once this cures and I can polish it up a little bit, try to get it a little more reflective, mirror-like, then we're gonna pull this back off and we're gonna paint this black to match this right here. And I really think that's gonna make this grill pop. Because right now it looks good. It looks good, don't get me wrong. But I think once it's polished, cleaned up, and we got the gloss black for the honeycomb part, it's really gonna look good. Big thanks to all you guys who recommended this right here. I'll be honest, I was nervous as could be to do this at first. But now that I've done it, I honestly really like it. I think it looks really good. The color match is definitely a good thing there. I'm gonna miss the chrome a little bit, but it definitely updates the look of the vehicle and kind of freshens it up too. So thanks to everybody who recommended that. I'm probably gonna go ahead and continue in the future color matching, starting with the top bumper cap and then the lower valence part. That's gonna be a little bit trickier. I don't know if I can use this same primer or if I'm gonna need something that kind of builds up, like a real thick primer or what. If you guys have done this, if you've dealt with this in the past, leave a comment down below and leave comments for other guys that are thinking about doing this, because, you know, I found a ton of videos on YouTube of people doing this, but I'll be completely honest, I didn't think any of them were really that good. You guys may not think mine's that good, but at least it's out there for guys to refer to, at least what I did, and kind of give you some ideas of what to expect. But definitely 100% guys, 90% of the work is in the prep. So spend the time prepping and do it right, because that's how your end result's gonna turn out. So definitely do your prep, and then the other 10% is just in how you spray. You know, I thought it turned out pretty good for a rattle can job. But obviously, if you have any sort of actual professional equipment, your job's going to look that much better. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Stay tuned. We are definitely not done with the good old Duramax back there. We've got lots more content coming. And until next video, take care.